Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Danielle. I have a 3-month-old daughter, a 7-year-old daughter, and an 11-year-old son. So I just wanted to do a video about a talk with me about why I stopped breastfeeding and do I regret it. So I had my daughter 3 months ago, December 15th. We actually shared the same birthday, and I was really on top of wanting to breastfeed. Like I got a pump, I got a wearable pump, I got a handheld pump. Like I was really wanting to pump, but I didn't want to latch her on because I was going back to work, and I didn't want her to be too attached to me and not wanting to take the bottle. So I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna pump and give her to the bottle. So everything was going great. Like I was making a whole bunch of milk, like a lot. Like within the first week, I had a whole, week or two, I had a whole freezer storage of milk. So the first month, I did stop pumping when she hit about 2 months. Around 2 months, I stopped pumping with her. So with her, I was fully just giving her breast milk. Like she wasn't drinking no formula. The only time she would drink formula is if I will only keep 1 can in her bag. So I will pack 1 regular bottle with milk, and then with breast milk, and then the formula was just in there just in case I didn't have no pumped milk. But other than that, she never drank milk. I think she only drank formula maybe twice from me having that can in her baby bag. So so everything was going great with the pumping of milk and everything. And then I started to get lazy. And that's the big thing about pumping. You have to be on a very tight and strict pumping schedule. Like you have to pump. If you do not pump, you will lose your supply. So I became very lazy. I never really pumped at night anyway to begin with. I think I pumped maybe twice at night, before I went to bed, and then in the morning. I never really pumped at night. And then but I will pump throughout the day. So then my daughter, she's very clingy. The baby, she's very clingy. So I never really had time. Once her dad went back to work and I was basically with her all the time, I never really had time to myself to pump. Only had time maybe 3 times out the day and at night. It was really no time for me to really sit by myself and pump. And plus all my other free time, I had to wash bottles, I had to wash parts, I had to clean up, I had to cook dinner, I still had to take care of my other 2 children. So it was just it was just so time consuming with pumping. So since I produce so much milk, I was able to pump. One time I will pump, I will be able to feed her for almost the whole entire day. So if I pump twice a day, that could feed her for basically the whole entire 24 hours. I was producing so much milk. So I had, I had the freezer stash, and then after a while I started to not do my freezer stash no more. I would just pump and fill up her bottles, and then store the rest of the milk in the fridge, and then I will use that, and then I will sometimes freeze it, and then I would just pump and then it was just I was just getting so lazy because I had that big stash, and I always I was making so much milk that it just fed her for the whole day. So it was just I don't even need to pump again. That's how it became. Then and then after a while, it was just turning into okay, I'm gonna pump 3 times a day, 4 times a day, twice a day. I said it all backwards. 4 times a day, 3 times a day, twice a day, once a day, using my freezer stash. And then my whole freezer stash disappeared. And then I'm you know what, I'm gonna try to keep pumping. I at least want to give her I at least want to pump at least once or twice a day and give her that milk twice a day. And then eventually I just stopped. So I stopped right when she was maybe a little over 2 months, just turned 2 months. And that's when I just like completely stopped. And then like when I was giving her like when I was pumping like once or twice a day, when my supply dropped, I would substitute with formula, excuse me. So that's why like I end up just not wanting to pump anymore. I got really, really lazy. Like, it's really a big commitment, and honestly, it's hard. Like, you know, you have to be up to that pumping. If you're not up to pumping and wanting to pump and can pump all the time, like, it's not gonna work. Like, it didn't work for me. And like I said, I produce so much milk, like, and then that was another reason why I became lazy. I feel like if I was like a lower supply, I probably would have pumped more often, because I needed to give the baby the milk. But since like I was producing so much milk, I didn't really need to pump as much, even though I should, but I didn't, because I already had the food for her. So it was like, since she has enough milk to feed her, like for me to feed her, then that's it. Like, I don't need to pump no more. So that was the reason why I stopped pumping. So it wasn't like really intentionally, like it wasn't like, oh, I wanted to stop pumping. It just happened. And then it was more of me being lazy. Like, I really wanted to continue to pump until she was about 6 to 8 months. Okay, the next thing is, do I regret it? Yes, I regret it. Like, I feel so bad that I'm not giving her breast milk anymore. Like, I just feel like you could tell the difference with her poops. Like, formula makes her more constipated. Like, it's just but I did switch her formula. We're using Gentle-Ease now. Before, like, when I first was giving her formula until my milk came in, we were using the regular Infamil, the yellow one. Now we use Gentle-Ease, but it's just like, you could tell the difference of the color of the poop. Like, it's just such a huge difference. Like, I feel like my breast milk was the best for her, and I do regret it, and I do feel bad by transitioning to formula. And I've been thinking about going back to breast milk, but like, I haven't pumped for basically like almost a month. Like, and I feel like it's gonna be so hard for me to like go back to breast milk, and she's so used to formula now. And another reason why I regret it is that during this shortage, it is so hard to find her milk. Like, so hard to find her milk. No store around my home has it, and then when they do get it, you gotta buy it up. So like, I just got her formula because I have WIC. So, you know, with WIC, so I have WIC, and they end up expanding it so you can get a bigger size. And I went to go pick up my WIC the other day, and I'm like, I went as soon as somebody told me the milk was there, because I couldn't find it nowhere. Like, I went to like maybe like 15 stores, couldn't find it nowhere. So then when they had it, I went straight there to go get the milk. And then, you know, they have a limit, like, oh, you only can get 5 cans. So then I had to turn around and the next day, and I went back. And when I tell you, when I went, they were fully stocked of Gentle-Ease, fully stocked, all different sizes, a whole bunch of the WIC. I went back the next day, they had none of the WIC cans, like the small WIC cans that approved for WIC. Thank God that they allow us to substitute for bigger cans, because I was able to get the bigger cans. But like, I was just there the morning before, and they were fully stocked, like fully stocked. And then I went back the next day, because I'm like, let me go back and get more milk, because I want to make sure she has all her milk. Like, I got all her WIC for the month. So you know, like, it just was gone. Like, it was just the big giant cans, like the big cans. It was just those. So I got the milk, and it's just been tough. Like I said, like, she's only been drinking formula for a month. She's only been drinking formula for a month, and so far, like, I have videos, like, I did like recording, so I wanted to do vlogs. I've been going shopping and stuff like that. And when I tell you, if I do post these videos, you guys are gonna see there's no formula. There's no formula, especially the Gentle Lease. It's so hard trying to find the Gentle Lease formula in this area. But yes, so I do regret it. I feel bad. Like, with breast milk, you always have it. I mean, unless your supply drops. But like, if you have a good supply, you always have breast milk, and your child is always going to be fed. Like, there was nothing wrong with my breast milk, and I feel like lazy. And I know they say do what's best for you, and I felt like stopping was good for my mental, because it was kind of like driving me a little crazy, like pumping all the time. It was just like, oh my god, I gotta pump. I was exhausted. And at that time, like in the beginning, you know, she was waking up every 2 hours, every 3 hours to eat, and then that's why I have to pump every 2-3 hours, because that's the time frame she eats. And then trying to pump in the middle of the night, like because I would have to feed her, and then I would have to feed her and then pump and then go to sleep. Like, by the time I did all of that, and I was pumping for like maybe like, my supply was so good, I was only pumping for 15 minutes after, like, you know, after a while. But before, I was pumping for like 30 minutes trying to get all my milk out. Like, it was just, I don't know, like, I just feel so bad. So what would I do different? So I am thinking about having another child in 2 years, like about 2-3 years, because like I don't want to have another one so soon, because I just want to give her all the attention. I don't want to like have 2 little babies and I'm trying to give them both attention. So I'm thinking about maybe like preschool Head Start age, like maybe 2 or 3, I will have another baby. And what I will do different, I think I will actually breastfeed and latch on, because I just feel like that will be so much easier than pumping, to be honest. Like, and people always say that, and I'm just like, nah, pumping, da da da. But yes, I believe just latching them on, not having to pump, not having to like wash parts out and pump after you feed, like, it's so much easier. But I do want to pump. But what I will do is I will like breastfeed her, and then I will do a stash and probably give her like 1 bottle a day, so she won't have like nipple confusion. So when I do go to work, the next baby, he or she, but the baby won't have nipple confusion. So when I do go back to work, I will, it's getting darker. I will have, you know, my baby will be used to the bottle too, because that was another thing I was scared. I didn't want her to be not used to the bottle. I wanted her dad to help with the feedings and everything. So I still want to give, I think it would just be best for me to give her the breast mostly, and then substitute with the bottle, because like I do regret it and I do feel bad. Like, I wish I would have continued, or I would have just put her to the breast, like, and not think so much of like, oh, what if, like, you know, like, and just enjoy that bonding moment with her. But other than that, I did bond with her a lot, because I was out of work for 3 months. So like for her first 3 months, it was me and her for 3 months. So I just went back to work last week. So that's what I regret. That's what I would do different, and that's why I stopped. And I like these sit down talks, and I want to do more of these. So if you have any suggestions, let me know. If you like it, if you like this video, like, comment, subscribe, and give me some more suggestions, guys, because like I said, this is my 3rd child. She's 3 months, and the whole process is completely different from my other 2, because they're her and my oldest is 7 years apart, and then my middle child is the baby and the middle child is 7 years apart, and then my oldest and the middle child is 4 years apart. So everything is completely different. My son was born in 2011, so it's been almost 12 years. Well, it's about to be 12 years next month. So yeah, so like I said, if you got any suggestions, comment down. If you want me to talk about anything else, do you want me to talk about the differences of being pregnant, like anything you want me to talk about, let me know, and I'll make a video. And see you guys next time. Bye.